So I'm going to discuss the X Games. They just finished. It's Monday, so February 1st. So I watched the X Games all 4 days, and I'm going to have to say, like, the tricks are super progressed from the previous years. No doubt the biggest throwing tricks I've ever seen in any kind of organized competition. The thing I didn't like, I didn't think they were the best they've had in a while, because it seemed like everybody's like, I know it's bad to say this, but I got tired of seeing doubles in snowboarders and skiers. Everything was a double cork, double misty, double rodeo. Like, honestly, no offense to Bobby Brown, I mean, the guy's new, and he obviously can rep at 18 years old, winning slopestyle and big air, but I think Walsh landing the very first 1620 is a lot more impressive than the double cork 1440. And I don't know, just that's my opinion. I thought the 1620 was sick because that's 4.5 rotations for nobody knows. 4 rotations, 360 degrees, and he did 4.5 of those. I think that's crazy. Then Shaun White, I don't know what happened, but I watched the eliminations in the super pipe, and I'm a skier, so I don't know quite the difficulty of a lot of the snowboard runs. I snowboarded for 2 years and switched back, but he was going huge in the eliminations, and I thought he was holding back because it's the eliminations, no need to throw too big and get hurt. But in the actual pipe runs, I only caught 2 of them, so I don't know how he did in the other one. I saw his first in his victory lap, but I don't know, honestly, I thought he could have gotten a perfect score. In the eliminations, maybe it's that crash and holding back. I did see a lot of that, that would hurt, but you have your own private park. I don't know if any of you guys know this, but he trains in his own private park. He has his own pipe. He has a pipe built in the middle of somewhere in Colorado, and he has to take helicopters, snowmobiles up to it, and it's into a foam pit so he can practice for the Olympics, and no one else on the U.S. team's allowed there. It's just him and his sponsors and stuff. And so he can throw down, and he, like they say, got rid of all the distractions. And honestly, I think that helped him, because he threw down, but I don't know, I thought he could have done a lot better. I didn't think he did as well in the finals of pipe that he did in the eliminations. He rocked it. Then the snowmobile. Heath Frisbee, local boy here in Idaho. He's not from the city. I live in Boise, but from Bellevue, it's kind of up north a bit. So that was cool. Heath Frisbee. Then Sandpoint, Idaho, which Nate Holland, who did a 5-peat in Snowboarder X, gave a shout out to. There's a lot of Idaho athletes in the X Games, for you that don't know, and the Olympics. I thought that was cool because I grew up skiing in Sandpoint, Idaho at Schweitzer Mountain. So that was really cool. But snowmobiles, that knockout, don't get me wrong, it's kind of cool, but really it's kind of who has the better sled. There wasn't a lot of skill in it. There is some skill, but honestly, I say you bring back speed and style, because honestly, I like speed and style better than the regular freestyle. I don't know, I thought that's cool. I like best trick, but speed and style was cool. I'd keep the knockout, but I don't know, you probably can't do 5 events in 4 days, but definitely speed and style was cool. So if anybody from the X Games or any of the sponsors are watching, speed and style I liked a lot better than the knockout. That's just my opinion, so you guys can leave a comment on that if you like speed and style better or the new knockout. And I'm a big Simon Dumont fan. I have his skis and I have his goggles, but that and the super air or the high pipe air thing, like they said, was tailor made for Simon. He holds the quarter pipe record or the highest air out of a quarter pipe world record, and finishing last, Peter Lenick was throwing down, and I don't know, for some reason I do not like those French guys. I kind of like Roland. He threw a big run, but the Belovich or whatever, the guy won it last year and got 3rd this year, I didn't like him. But seriously, the skier's pipe, for being moved to the main event, the last thing, kind of really disappointed, because Jossie Wells, really, I thought could have thrown down a way better run. He had the very last run, obviously qualified highest, and no doubt Roland, he threw 3 doubles. Obviously, he was probably going to win, but I really thought Jossie kind of gave up, I guess. His final run didn't seem like he was pushing for gold. It seemed like he was satisfied with silver, which kind of upset me, because I know he's New Zealand, but I consider him more American, kind of, because he trains more in America, Breckenridge and stuff with Simon and Colby. But anybody hasn't seen that, colbywest.tv, that stuff's really funny. I'd recommend that too. Then Levi LaValle, kind of disappointed, but I mean, you're going for 4 goals, you're gonna get tired, but he got 1, that's good. And I think he got bronze in freestyle, I think. Don't count me on that one, but I know he did get 2 medals. 1 was a gold. Lindsay Jacobellis, good X Games, but you always seem to do good at the X Games. Just don't blow it in the Olympics. That's all I gotta say on that. But awesome race. Couple of gnarly wrecks in both skier and snowboarder X. So if you guys didn't see that, but bring back speed and style. Lose to super pipe air. I mean, it wasn't that cool to watch. I'm sorry. Snowboarders, like, this has bugged me. Like I said, both slope styles and both big airs, it seemed like people were throwing the same tricks. I know skier, big air, there 4 tricks were landed that never been landed in competition before, but still, I don't know, it wasn't that impressive. Like, it just seemed like it was a lot of the same trick over and over. But like snowboarders, like snowboard slope style is just, I'd have to say, the least interesting event, because like I don't hate snowboarding or snowboarders or the events, but like I watched it and all, so it's just, there's no big names, I guess, to say. Like the skiers, if you watch ski videos, Hontveit, Simon, Tanner, Colby, Jossie, all of those guys are always in it. Matt Walker, everybody in the slopestyle or pipe, or they're always in a movie, so you kind of have an idea of who they are, and they're always in the finals, like every year. But like, there's a complete rookie field. But snowboarder pipe for women, that was really cool. Gretchen getting her, like, coming back to get the gold. Sarah Burke almost landed a switch 1260, which is amazing for, I don't want to say girl, but yeah. For those of you who don't know, now you can figure out what a 1260 is on your own. But switch, so that means she came in backwards. She skis. That was intense for a girl, because that means the progression, they're almost where the dudes are, which is really freaking insane. But I don't know, the X Games overall just didn't seem as good as me, but the tricks were huge. But like intensity wise, I don't know, a lot of the women's events were closer, which I really wasn't expecting, because usually the women's events, there's that one person that always dominates. But like Gretchen almost got upset, Sarah Burke got upset by gunning, and I don't know, I thought those, Jacob Ellis, that was a close race with I forget her name, but skier X, the Odila whatever from France, she won it. So definitely France is on the up and up. Canada up and up. America seems to be kind of stalling out, but other than that, Great Britain's still down there, New Zealand, Australia. Nobody really stepped up from there. But overall, the X Games, I'd say it's definitely worth watching if you haven't seen any of them yet. If I had to pick my top 3 events I liked watching, I would have said skier X. Well, men's skier X, then female snowboarder X, and then male snowboarder X. But I guess if I had to do other, I go skier slope style, snowboarder pipe, skier slope style. And other than that, then the freestyle competitions, both freestyle and big air, are best trick for snowmobiles. The racing, Tucker Hibbert, of course, he won. But I mean, the knockout was cool to just see the different styles. Like Joe Parsons was totally pushing aerodynamics, and Hibbert and Levi just had the race sleds. There's so many, because the guys have different sleds. Like the racers could only have, like, I think it was 160 niches in their track, and like freestylers have more, and like different suspensions, and it was pretty crazy. Definitely good overall X Games. Leave your comments on what you thought, what your favorite events were. The other thing I asked you guys to comment on, and yeah, what's your favorite event, what was the worst event, and what you thought was the coolest part. And shout out to Darren Rawls. I hope he's okay. We kind of need him for the Olympics. And Greg Wantabe, I think the other guy was that got hurt for Snowboarder X. So yeah, shout out to those 2 guys. Hope you guys get better by the Olympics on the U.S. team, because we need you guys. So yeah, that's my opinion on the Winter X Games 14.